So we're gonna start. This is what we normally use, and I'll show you the whole process. So we get a little bag and we cut it in half so it won't stick. And I'll show you the ball, how she prepares the ball in a minute. So once she has it in that style, and remember to wash the bag and everything. She'll press it down, not too much. You don't want it too thin. And then that's how you get it. And if you don't like it, you could reshape it. If you think it's too big or too thin, or if it gets stuck, you can reshape it. Once she has that, she puts it in this, and it's already preheated and everything, so it's already getting warm. Just leave it there for a minute. So this is how she prepares the ball. She'll grab a bit of the dough and a bit of water, not too much. You don't want to get the dough wet. You just want to get your hands a little wet so they're not too dry. If you press too much, it'll become too thin, and then it will just fall apart. And depending on how big the ball is or how you press it, you might get different shapes. If your edges are too if they're not regular, you could do like the patty, yeah, something like that. Normally, indigenous people will do it all by hand without this thing, but it's to make it easier. And like I said, the bag so it won't get stuck, because if you do it without a little in between, you're gonna get your tortilla stuck, and you don't want that. Even here, you can see how it gets kind of stuck to the bag. The plastic really helps it. They're not ready, but we do have to flip them. So here's a better close-up. So it really depends on how much dough you get. If you get too much, you're gonna get a very big tortilla. If you get really little, you're gonna get a tiny one. One thing I recommend is have something ready to put it on. We have this. It's basically, this is where the tortillas are going to be at. And we have this so when the tortillas are there, we could just cover them up so they still stay warm. So as long as you have something to cook them on, they don't have to be something like this, but you can see how they're browning up. This one's brand new in the fire, so it's still not hot. And I'll just move this one. You can see that it's not ready yet, but it will be. You can normally tell by just touching them. they get like this brownish, but almost all over. This one's nice. So this one's still not cooked. And you can see that the edges are kind of not too bad. But that's all right. We don't really need perfect, but you could tell the edges are kind of nice. You do have to keep an eye on them. You don't want them to burn, and they can burn, so keep a controlled fire.